every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at 6 p.m.
Oh, Rebecca. Was that you?
Yes, it's me, my friend Ophelia.
Sit down, my bestie. I assure you that I thought of you just before you arrived.
True friends are like that. Even our minds communicate.
You're right, my bestie. We're stuck together. He won't have a real friend like us anymore.
That's right, my girl. Guess what, my bestie? I have something very extraordinary to tell you.
Really?
Yes, my bestie.
All right, then. I can't wait to hear all about it. You've got to tell me everything, without leaving out a single comma.
Jeremy wants to propose to me.
What? It's not true.
Can I lie to you? You know I can't hide anything from you, don't you?
Wow. At last, at last. God has been gracious to you too. I'm really happy for you. It's me who will accompany you to the altar that day, I'm warning you. I assure you that today will be the best day of your life. I'll help you plan everything from A to Z, trust me.
Can I doubt you? If you're not active in the preparations for my wedding, it won't take place. You're my best friend and you know it.
Exactly. That's not true. So Rebecca gets married before me. Even though I'm her big sister by far. I must be dreaming. No, she didn't. But how did she manage to gain Jeremy's trust? Jeremy deserves better than Rebecca. She doesn't even like him. If only her money. But why not me? Why wasn't I so lucky? Happy arrival, Mom.
What's the matter with you? What's that look you're doing? What's up?
I'm very sad, Mom. I feel like I'm the only one on this earth for whom nothing works.
And why do you think so?
Mommy. Here I am without a fiancé until Rebecca also wants to get married.
Which Rebecca are you talking about?
The only one you know, Mom. She just told me.
Your friend Rebecca is also getting married? And even worse, before you? But who wants to marry that one? She's worthless. It's just not possible.
That's the truth, Mom. And the man who wants to marry her comes from a very wealthy family. I don't know why I wasn't so lucky. But we are still together. I don't know how she attracts such men.
Calm down, girl. It's never too late. Stop moping over nothing. It's just a marriage proposal. There's no proof that it will actually happen. Everything can change at the last minute.
Have you heard the news? My boy.
Which one?
Haven't you heard that your ex Rebecca is getting married?
What a Rebecca?
The same one you dated.
Who wants to marry that one? So there are still men so stupid on this earth to ask such a woman in marriage?
But why do you say that? After all, love is not war.
This girl is worthless. Even if they gave her back to me for $1, I wouldn't take her anymore. She's worthless.
Are you sure of what you're saying? And yet you loved her.
Who? Do you see me loving this girl? It's impossible. I'd just mussed her front and back. She'd even gotten pregnant by me several times, and I'd had her aborted. That's how much I didn't love her.
Is it about my Rebecca that these men are talking like this? But it's not true. What does my son want to get involved in?
Enter.
Hello, my son.
Hello, Mom.
I didn't know you were still asleep.
Don't worry, Mom. I fell asleep late. I'm thinking about wedding preparations.
Ah? Wedding preparations. I'd like to have a serious discussion about.
Mom. I already told you not to stress too much about my wedding. You've already made me a big boy. Thanks to your education and everything you've invested in me, I've become a financially stable man. You don't have to worry about the little things anymore. Listen, Mom. I'm trying to leave everything to the professionals. They're great at events, especially VIP weddings. So we don't have to stress.
What I have to tell you has nothing to do with all that. I'll wait for you in the lounge.
What does Mom have to say to me that's so serious? She looks really serious. You can talk, Mum.
You'll never marry that girl again.
Who or what are you talking about, Mum?
I'm talking about Rebecca, your fiancée, of course.
But what a sudden change of heart, Mum? Isn't Rebecca your darling?
That's no longer the case. And it never will be again.
Oh? Mom. But what's going on?
You want to know everything? Let me tell you.
Claire had reported to her son everything she had heard on the bus. Determined to get reliable information, she didn't hesitate to approach the two men at the bus stop to gather more details. With skill and perseverance, she had obtained details and evidence that had been handed to her on a silver platter, making her story even more convincing. Rebecca's marriage is on the rocks. She thought she'd found the man of her life, but bitterly discovers she may have been mistaken. Is it Rebecca's past that comes back to haunt her, or a twist of fate that disrupts her happiness?
Thank you so much, my love, for this evening that you still offer me. I am sincerely grateful for all that you do for me. I love you, Jeremy, and I'm happy when I'm with you.
But the feeling is no longer mutual.
But stop joking, darling. I know you're a comedian and a tease. I like you.
Who's joking? It's over between us.
What? Jeremy. What are you doing? We're just a few days away from our wedding. Stop your capriciousness.
I don't want you anymore. Have a nice day. I've already paid for the table.
Jeremy. Jeremy? Are you really leaving? My God. What's happening to me? Am I dreaming or what? Just yesterday, we were having a wonderful time together. And today, he doesn't want me anymore. What could I have done that's so serious? Hello, Mom.
Happy arrival, girl. But what is it?
Jeremy just broke up with me, Mom.
What do you mean? How is that possible? Or maybe I didn't hear you right.
He ended our relationship this very evening while we were having dinner.
What kind of comedy is this? Are you sure he's not joking? You're just days away from the wedding and preparations are already underway. You're not making any sense.
But that's the case, Mom.
But what exactly did he blame you for? What did you do?
I have no idea, Mom. He just stood up in the restaurant, in front of everyone, and told me it was all over between us before leaving without any further explanation.
So he took you to the restaurant just to humiliate you? That doesn't make any sense. You have to find out what's wrong. He can't let you down on the eve of your wedding. It's all too easy.
How are you holding up, my son?
I feel so bad, Mom. Everything I've found out about Rebecca breaks my heart. I never imagined that she would hide such a dark past from me, let alone continue to cheat on me with other men, even though I trusted her completely.
Someone is ringing. Are we expecting someone?
No, Mum. But I think it must be Rebecca. Because she's been calling me ever since, but I'm not picking up.
What does she come here for again? She dares to come to our house after all the trouble she has caused you?
It shorts her.
I'll open the door for her and wait to hear what she has to say.
I honestly don't want to see her.
I understand, my son. But let me put her in her place.
Hi, Mom.
Yes, hello. What's up? What are you still doing here?
I'd like to talk to Jeremy, Mom.
Talk to me about what? We have nothing more to talk about.
I'd like to apologize to you, Jeremy. I don't know what I've done to make you behave this way towards me. But I'd like to make it up to you and find out what's wrong so I can do better.
What? I have nothing more to do with you. I leave you with your conscience.
Please, Jeremy.
Is it in his mouth you want to eat your chili out of? Is it my son's job to remind you that you're a renowned prostitute?
A renowned prostitute? What you're telling me, mother-in-law, is serious.
Sacrilege. Who's your mother-in-law? Get out of here. Shameless, worthless woman. Go and ask your lovers for an explanation. They'll tell you how many pregnancies you've aborted. Prostitute.
I've never been a prostitute or had an abortion, mother-in-law.
Are you still answering my mom? Get out of here, don't you hear?
Rebecca was chased out of Jeremy's house like a beggar that day. It was her worst nightmare. Kicked out of her fiancé's house just a few days before her wedding. It was sad and humiliating.
It's over, Mom. Jeremy really let me down.
Oh, my God. But what did you do that was so bad?
He and his mom called me a prostitute and accused me of having an abortion.
How can they falsely accuse you when you've preserved yourself for their son all this time?
Even I don't understand anything anymore, Mom.
If they don't know your worth, they don't deserve you. Wipe away your tears and move on. The man who is for you will come one day by the grace of God.
Okay, Mom.
So it's true. Jeremy also dared to do this to you? I can't believe my ears. I always told you to beware of men. They're all the same. All headless sardines. Those men are bad.
He really broke my heart, Ophelia. Jeremy wasted my time and energy for nothing. While I'm a woman and getting older.
If you say you're getting old, what do you want me to say? Don't tell me that's why you shaved your head and took off your makeup. Stop crying over a man. You need to pull yourself together and take better care of yourself.
Okay, I heard.
By the way, I met your ex-Kojo. He asked about you. Do you know that he's still single and childless?
I see. God will do for him too one day.
Maybe you're the one for him.
What? Let him find the woman of his life somewhere else. Because I'm not interested in a man who tried to rape me.
He loved you, Rebecca.
He loved me by wanting to take my virginity before marriage and, worst of all, without my consent. He's a demon and I don't want him in my life anymore.
Don't be so complicated, Rebecca.
You said you had something to tell me since Julie. But you never tell me anything. What do you know?
I wouldn't want to upset you, my colleague Rebecca. On reflection, I decided it wasn't necessary to tell you. It'll do more harm than good.
What harm could it do to me?
Forget my colleague. It's not important.
Please talk to me.
Well, since you insist, we'll talk about it after work.
Okay. Okay, I'm listening, Julie. Talk to me.
Jeremy is already dating another woman, and I even think he'll marry her in a few days, if my ears hadn't deceived me.
What do I care about this information? If Jeremy gets married, good luck to him. I don't know what good it does me.
Without lying to you, I didn't even want to tell you, my colleague. Since they're not my onions. But then when I found out who he was going out with, I was shocked.
And who is this person? Is it you? Didn't you find something better somewhere else?
This is Ophelia.
Do I know her? This Ophelia?
How do you not know her? Isn't she your best friend?
What are you talking about, Julie? Are you talking about my bestie? The best friend of my life.
She took your fiancé.
Stop talking nonsense. How is it possible what you're saying? Does it sound good in your ears yourself?
What's the point of lying to you? What if you don't believe me? Go to the restaurant my half tonight at 8 p.m. You'll see them there.
Forgiveness doesn't spoil our friendship. Soon, when you want to invent your own stories, Choose your characters carefully. Good evening. Listen to what my colleague at the office told me tonight after the service. Do you also think that my best friend Ophelia could do this to me?
How can we be sure if you refuse to go and check? If I were in your shoes, I'd check the information my colleague gave me before passing judgment.
You're not wrong, Mom. I'll go over there and have a look. But I'm sure it will be a resemblance. Ophelia can never do that.
In any case,
Rebecca headed straight for the restaurant, My Better Half. She was going in spite of herself, because she was 100% sure that the girl Jeremy would be with would certainly look like her best friend.
Wow, this restaurant is really chic. I didn't know there were such presentable places in the city.
Welcome, madam. Please be seated.
Thank you.
Here's your cocktail, madam.
Thank you very much.
Rebecca stayed in the restaurant for hours. Customers came and went, but Jeremy and his best friend were nowhere to be seen.
That's what I was saying. I could have taken this time to do something else. I don't even know why I let myself get involved in this stupid story. My colleague Julie is going to hear me at the office tomorrow. I'm not going to miss her. She thinks she can break our friendship. She's got the wrong target. In fact, I'm going home. I don't know what I'm doing sitting here alone.
I love you, Jeremy.
I love you too, Ophelia, my love.
My goodness. What do I see out there? Ophelia?
Oh? Rebecca.
I don't believe my eyes. So it was true.
What's up? What's up?
But it's Rebecca who's just seen us.
And then what? Should I ask her permission before going out with you? Or is she my guardian angel?
You're right, my love. We don't have to answer to anyone.
Exactly. Come into my arms. Don't even calculate this one.
It was a real shock for Rebecca. But Jeremy and his friend Ophelia seemed to be at peace, and in love with each other. They hadn't even calculated Rebecca's presence, even though they'd seen her.
It hurts so much. So this is how bad humans are? I could never imagine that Ophelia could ever do that to me.
Rebecca? But your eyes will hurt. You've been crying since yesterday. You need to calm down. It's not the end of the world.
But I can't get the film out of my head. It's too difficult for me, Mom.
I know you still love him. But your crying won't solve the problem. Come to bed. We'll talk about it in the morning. Shall we?
Okay, Mom.
Okay.
After Jeremy and Ophelia's betrayal, Rebecca went through a dark period. But her faith in God and her determination to move forward helped her get back on her feet. Her commitment to Christ enabled her to turn her pain into strength, and she regained her inner peace. A few years later, she met a virtuous, patient and loving man, and married him. Their union is a blessing, based on solid values, communication and mutual respect. Rebecca finds in this man spiritual and moral support, and their marriage becomes an example of true love.
Honey, guess who just called me?
Who is it, darling?
Sarah. The mother of my friend Ophelia, who died last time in a pregnancy complication.
The one who ripped off your ex-fiancé?
Yes, my love.
What does she want from you?
That she wants to see me to talk to me, and that it's urgent.
Really?
Yes, but I'm not going anywhere.
Why wouldn't you want to go? Maybe she really has something to tell you. Anyway, you've already forgiven her daughter, haven't you?
I've forgiven her daughter, but I'd rather not run into her mother again.
Let's go, honey. Stay humble. Let's go see this lady together. Let me go with you.
Okay.
When Rebecca and her husband arrived at Sarah's house, they learned that she had even been hospitalized for a week. They went straight to the hospital to visit her.
Oh? Mama Sarah. What happened to you like that?
I had a stroke. Today, I have no mobility in my legs. I'll never be able to walk again.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's really sad.
Don't feel too sorry for me. I deserve what happened to me.
Why do you say that, Mom? If it's for care, my husband and I can help you. You are not responsible for anything.
My daughter. I am responsible. I can no longer live with this weight on my conscience. My daughter, Orphelia, is no more. She's gone, leaving behind a legacy of pain and regret. And I'm paying the price for my mistakes every day.
What are you trying to say?
Everything that happened to you, Rebecca. The breakup of your marriage with Jeremy, the accusations, the humiliations. It was all our doing. Orphelia and I orchestrated it all.
What? You're joking, right?
No, Rebecca. I'm telling the truth. I took Orphelia to a mayor about to have him cast a spell on Jeremy. We wanted him to hate you and fall in love with Orphelia. And it worked.
You ruined my life over this? You manipulated Jeremy and destroyed everything I had built.
You've got to be kidding me. Calm down, darling.
I know it's unforgivable. But there's more. We paid men to create false evidence against you, to make it look like you were a prostitute and had an abortion. We used these lies to convince Jeremy's mother to oppose your union.
How could you do this? All this for what?
Out of jealousy. Orphelia couldn't bear to see you happy. And I wanted the best for my daughter, no matter what the cost. But look where it got us. My daughter died in pain, and I'm paralyzed. I live with remorse every day.
You destroyed my past. But you won't destroy my future.
Rebecca. I'm not asking you to accept me. I just want you to forgive me. I know I don't deserve it, but please, give me this grace.
You're asking the impossible, Madam Sarah. To forgive such a betrayal is beyond my human strength.
You must forgive her, darling.
Forgive me.
Okay, I forgive you. I choose to forgive you. Not for you, but for my inner peace and salvation.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. You don't know how much these words mean to me. May God bless you and protect your relationship. May nothing separate you.
Amen, Madam Sarah.
Take care, Madam Sarah.
Samuel, I have finally found the idea that could change my life. A fast delivery company, but with a unique concept that combines technology and ecology. I really believe in it.
Wow! Sounds great, bro. You're always full of ideas. And? Have you already started looking for financing?
Not yet, but I'll be contacting a few investors next week. I wanted to talk to you about it first. After all, you're my brother at heart.
Of course. You know I always support you. If you need help, I'm here.
Roger had every confidence in Samuel. The two are childhood friends, and consider themselves brothers.
If Bryce gets this project off the ground, he'll succeed, and I'll stay in the shadows. Why not beat him to it? After all, I deserve my chance too. I need to be more empowered and dynamic in this story. Besides, I have more contacts and relationships than he does. Hello, Mr. DuPont. Samuel Gazau, on the phone. Yes, the same. I wanted to tell you about an extremely promising project I have in the pipeline.
Okay. Wow. Really? It's a pleasure for us to be associated with innovative projects like yours.
Exactly. An innovative project designed to revolutionize the sector. I designed everything myself, with a clear vision of the results. Yes, I receive you. You know, there's a lot of potential here, and I think your expertise could make all the difference. Oh, I understand your hesitation. But listen, I already have several interested investors. We're just one step away from realization. With your support, I can guarantee an exceptional return on investment in record time.
Could you send me a clear presentation of the project including the key points?
Of course. I can send you a detailed presentation as well as financial projections. You will see that everything is clear and perfectly structured. And if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer you.
Okay, it works.
Yes! They will all fall for it. This project will propel me to the top.
Hello, Madam Marie. It's Roger on the phone.
Yes, Mr. Roger. Good morning. What can I do for you?
I wanted to remind you about my proposal for the Gringo Company.
I will call you back in a few minutes, Mr. Roger. Let me check the progress of your request.
Okay.
Mr. DuPont, I would like to know if we can validate Mr. Rogers' request. The young entrepreneur who told us about his Gringo project.
Gringo project? I don't remember receiving such a request anymore.
Of course, sir. He had come several times and you yourself appreciated his project. We should normally finance it.
Really? Let me see his file. Sit down.
Thank you.
It's not wrong. I saw Mr. Rogers' file clearly. But I don't think he has the chance. We will not be able to finance his project.
Oh. Really? Mr. Rogers seems to me to be even correct and in good faith.
We have already just financed such a project. It's just the names that differ. It will be a waste of resources if we engage in yet another similar project. In addition, the other applicant is more convincing than Mr. Roger. I think we'll do a good deal with him.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Roger.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
I'm sorry, Mr. Roger. We have already been contacted by someone else for this project. We will not be able to finance two similar companies.
What? How so? Someone else? But it's my project. My God. This is not true.
Roger quickly understood that someone had betrayed his trust. Determined to understand, he began to investigate.
Thank you very much for the dinner, Roger.
You're welcome.
You are the best friend and brother I never had.
Why did you steal my project? Samuel.
Oh?
Did you think I wasn't going to notice?
I just wanted to try. I thought you weren't ready yet.
Not ready? Is that your excuse? You were supposed to be my brother, not my rival.
I'm sorry, Roger. I don't know what came over me. I couldn't stand to see you succeed while I stagnated.
It's not possible.
Since that day, the relationship between the two brothers had become cold. Roger, hurt by Samuel's betrayal, had chosen to distance himself. Despite a semblance of regret displayed by Samuel, he nevertheless continued to exploit the stolen project. The success he achieved was as rapid as it was ephemeral. As the saying goes, ill-gotten goods never profit. One morning, Samuel woke up to find the collapse of his business. Debts had accumulated, contracts had disappeared, and nothing was working anymore. He found himself on the edge of the abyss, alone facing the consequences of his actions. It was in this chaos that he began to realize the seriousness of his betrayal and the importance of reconciliation.
What did I put my head in like this? A police officer?
Samuel Dazal?
Yes, it's me. What do you want?
We have a warrant for your arrest for fraud, breach of contract and embezzlement. Please stand up and follow us.
Wait. There must be an error. I can explain everything. I am in the process of paying off debts. Give me a little more time.
Time? You have already had enough time, Samuel. We lost everything because of you. Your incompetence and dishonesty have destroyed our investments.
You've signed contracts you've never honored. Your days of freedom are over.
I beg you. Just give me a chance. I'll pay it all back, I promise.
Samuel Rizal, you are under arrest for fraud and embezzlement. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to a lawyer. If you do not have one will be provided for you by the state. Rizal, you have a visitor.
Roger?
Samuel.
I don't know where to start. I've destroyed everything. Your project, your trust, our friendship. Everything. I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart.
Samuel, what you did hurt me deeply. You betrayed not only my friendship, but also my vision and my work. However, I'm not here to condemn you.
Thank you, Roger. Thank you. I don't deserve your forgiveness. But thank you.
Don't thank me, Samuel. Prove it. Change. But know this. Our friendship will never be the same. Trust is earned through time and deeds, not just words. Take this time to think, Samuel. It's never too late to change, but real change begins with sincere repentance.
Forgiveness is a strength, but it doesn't erase the consequences of actions. Let's learn to build with integrity, because what we sow, we always reap. This animation highlights a painful but universal truth. The greatest betrayals often come from those in whom we place blind trust. Through the stories of Rebecca and Roger, we discover the bitter consequences of overconfidence in people who didn't deserve this place in their lives. So it's essential to be discerning when choosing our confidants, because not everyone has our well-being at heart. There's wisdom in silence. When we have sensitive projects or dreams to realize, it's crucial to remain cautious about who we entrust them to. Just as Jesus taught us through his own example, he chose his confidants carefully, even though he was also betrayed by Judas. It reminds us that man is fallible, and even those we trust can give in to envy or jealousy. The Bible warns, "Give not thy pearls to swine, lest they trample them under their feet, and turn and tear thee in pieces." Thus says the Lord, "Cursed is the man who trusts in man, who takes the flesh for his support, and turns his heart away from the Lord." These verses remind us that our trust should not be placed in men, but in God, for he alone is faithful and worthy of bearing our hopes and plans. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own wisdom. Acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will make your paths straight. May these stories remind us of the importance of prudence, silence and discernment in our relationships. Let us learn to entrust our plans to God before revealing them to men. Let us place our trust in the one who will never betray us. And let us never forget that, even after the cruelest betrayals, forgiveness and love in Christ can set us free and restore us. Thank you for following this animation. Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. I trust in Jesus, the only one who never disappoints. And you, in whom do you place your trust? See you soon in the comments section.